Yes.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program this morning, pastors and new students. I'm Christian Chuku. What a wonderful morning to be alive in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. We are right here in Ogba to get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Yes, today is the 10th of August, 2022. It's a Wednesday to get bystanders talking on what we have on our dailies this morning. I have the Nation newspaper. I also have the Nigerian Tribune. Let's start with the Nigerian Tribune. The main headline on the Nigerian Tribune: Owo church killings, how suspects were arrested. Owo church killings, how suspects were arrested. Chief of Defense Staff and Ondo Governor. The home where they lodged in Owo was identified, and the person that lodged them before the attack has been arrested. That is according to the Governor of Ondo State.
Put my name in the form. So
yes, yeah. APC to commence presidential campaign September 28. National Working Council holds a meeting today. APC National Working Council holds meetings today on the presidential campaign that is scheduled for September 28. EFCC arrest for the 7 alleged internet fraud in Ibadan. Logoja, Ikoyi building collapse due to negligence by agencies. Corona responding. Ikoyi building collapse due to negligence by agencies. Above the masthead, reps summon finance minister demand details of 6.7 trillion naira subsidy for 2022 to quiz CBN, NNPC, others. Yes, since 1966, we have killed 1 million of ourselves to keep this country together. Nigeria will remain one. Buhari, according to that statement, is credited to Buhari. Nigeria can't afford another civil war. Erufai also saying that one. Nigeria can't afford another civil war. Have we learned our lessons? Yes. Let's look at the back of the Tribune. Our ladies and our men are making Nigeria proud at Birmingham 2022. We have over 35 gold. 35 medals. We have 12. And the rest are all the bronze and silver medals. You can see at the back of the Tribune We are honoring those that represented Nigeria at the just concluded Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Okay, let's move over to the The Nation newspaper this morning. The Nation newspaper this morning. Nigeria can't afford another civil war. Buhari tell politicians. President preach unity. President preaches unity of the country. He says Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. President Muhammad Buhari said yesterday he urged the political class to preserve the country's unity through patriotic acts. They must also prevent a repeat of the circumstances that took the nation through the 1967 to 1970 civil war, the president said. He spoke when he hosted former state chairman of the defunct Congress for Progressive Change at a meeting. Yes, I can sway Rivers voters. Wike boasts. I can sway Rivers voters. Wike boasts. Atiku not interested in genuine truth, says Governor's man. Governor Yusuf Wike yesterday boasted that he has the capacity to influence voters in Rivers State. The governor, whose supporters accused the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar of showing apathy to genuine reconciliation, said his performance as a governor was enough to sway the electorate in favor of any candidate of his choice. He described some politicians who misconstrued his earlier statement that he was in charge of the state as a misguided element. The governor spoke at the inauguration of the dualized Owo Mayhem Eastern Bypass Road in Port Harcourt. Yes, 5 suspects, one accomplice held over Owo church attack. 5 suspects, one accomplice held over Owo church attack. Irabo, Nigeria does not need mercenaries. We have been drilling, attacker says at Kredulu. Nigeria does not need mercenaries. We have been trailing, attacker says at Kredulu. 2 months out and 2 months and 5 days after the attack on St. Francis Catholic Church Owo in Ondo State, security agencies have arrested 5 terror suspects and 1 accomplice. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, who confirmed the arrest of the masterminds in Abuja yesterday, ruled out the possibility of hiring mercenaries to assist the armed forces to curtail banditry and terrorism in the country. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who expressed delight at the arrest of the suspect, told reporters in Akure, the state capital, that security agencies have been on their trail after the attack. On the 5th of June, the ancient Owo town was thrown into mourning following the mass shooting and bomb attack on the church where over 40 worshippers died. The federal government said the Islamic State of West Africa province was behind the attack. The arrested suspects, according to security agents, are Idris Ojo, Jimoh Ibrahim, Idris Abdulmalik Omeiza, also known as Ibn Malik, Momo Abubakar, Aliyu Tapa, and Awal Onimisi. Irabo, who said efforts will be intensified to rescue Abuja Kaduna train hostages from bandits, assured that security agencies will guarantee security for the 2023 polls, but ruling out the possibility of hiring mercenaries to fight the anti-terror war. He said the funds to be used to hire mercenaries should be channeled to build the capacity of the military, which has the responsibility of protecting the country. The rabbi also said Abuja is safe without any threat whatsoever. Yes, above the mast said 15 states failed to implement 30,000 minimum wage for teachers. RCCG ordains over 15,000 ministers at 70th convention. Ondo Assembly declares 2 seats vacant. Yes, I have Mazi Chikos this morning. Good morning, Mazi Chikos.
Yeah, good morning, Christian and esteemed viewers. It's a pleasure being here today.
The state of the nation, Nigeria, 15 states failed to implement 30,000 naira minimum wage for teachers till today.
15 states failed to implement. Not that you can understand, you cannot appreciate, of course, the level of devastation and predicaments the masses have been subjected to. It's very unfortunate that at this time, where we are experiencing the worst economic mishap, that 30,000 naira is nothing to go by. And yet, some states within Nigeria find it impossible to implement that. So what are we saying? What is the significance of this? We have states in Nigeria which are have gone moribund. Eh? They are not sustainable. So if 15 states within Nigeria can't afford to pay the stipends of 30,000 naira, while even the inflation has destroyed the value of Nigerian currency. The inflation rate index now is about is it 26 or so? So what do you go with that? What can you achieve as a civil servant in these states with 30,000 if actually it's been implemented? Which means invariably they are still holding up to the 18,000 minimum wage.
The threat to education in that state.
Sorry?
The threat to education in those states.
Not just a threat, because they have succeeded in destroying the academic education system. So that is the reason why we are here today. People who don't place value on academics and academics, how do you call it? If you don't place value on education, which is the bedrock of civilization, the bedrock is what every society that wants to move forward, that want to strive, will always invest in. And now you refuse deliberately to invest on those who drive such a system. Then how do you expect your own children and the masses to be well equipped and prepared for the challenge ahead of us? Not even the current challenge, because already we know that the system has been bastardized. You can imagine that, and it is unbearable for such to be heard in this current situation.
Let's look at other reports here. This morning we have Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Buhari tells politicians that they must preach unity and do whatever that is possible to bring Nigeria together.
Okay, before I comment that on that, I want to appreciate Mr. Cole and his wife who paid us solidarity visits for identifying with us. God bless you, Mr. Olayinka Cole. May the good Lord continue to bless you for recognizing the service to humanity. At this moment, we appreciate you for coming down to this place. This statement was not just made by Buhari. About 2 days or so, Erufai also made the same statement, which means cannot afford another civil war. Well, that is interesting coming from a man who already knew that the Fulani Caliphates are almost overrunning the entire country. How do you mean they can't afford? Why already you are trapped in that civil war? There is a cold war going on where people are being killed and hacked to death. Even Erufai and the president, the Buhari home country is not safe. So I think he should be concerned more about the plight of his own kinsmen, of his own clan. There is no security in Katsina State. All the Daura engineers are fleeing for their safety, for their lives. You see, they are being harassed, molested, and of course, all manner of atrocities going on in Daura State, and you are talking about Nigeria. If you can't control what is happening within your own little cycle, within your own kinsmen, if there is disparity, if there is acrimony within Katsina State, then how do you think you can fix Nigeria? How do you think you can stop it? There is already war going on in Katsina State, which of course the governor of Katsina State declared emergency, state of emergency, and instructed all the residents or indigenous people to procure arms in defense of themselves. So what is that? For a sitting governor from the state of the president declared emergency, state of emergency, that the people should take up and should now search for arms, AK-47 and 49, to protect themselves. What is that? Do you call it a festive, what is a carnival or what? Is it a carnival that is going on in Katsina State or Holiday Eve? Huh? So I think these people should learn to not to watch their dirty learnings, of course, before the public. They should rather, of course, address the problem in their Sokoto before they can talk of Nigeria. Nigeria can't afford to another civil war. But unfortunately, you have pushed Nigerians into another civil war. There is war going on. So what can't you afford? When there is injustice, when, of course, 50 years of negligence, of dejection, of rejection, of misgovernance, of subjugation have not been addressed. So what are you calling for? The reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reconciliation policy, the deceptive policy of Gowon has never been implemented. So what are you calling for? It's an extension of of course, the anarchy that is on. Because there must be act of sincerity on the part of the government, a deliberate action and step to address the myriad of problems facing this country. But unfortunately, these governments have made it very clear that nobody should depend or have confidence in Nigeria. I think that is the best thing Buhari has achieved. And truly, he is the Messiah, bringing, of course, the dissolution of Nigeria very close and very fast. I think I will agree with Madam Baka that he's truly the Messiah, because without his dispensation, perhaps Biafran restoration wouldn't have been achieved close to 70%.
Yeah, there's a cold war going on in the southeast between Ibuago and ESN, which is recognized as a security apparatus that is for the southeast.
It's so unfortunate that this is happening in my own state, but the reason is not far-fetched. We understood that political bigots and oligarchies who wants to control the political sphere and make themselves perhaps relevant and perpetuate themselves within the corridor of power against and contrary to the will of the people. And that is what informs what is going on, the killings and the barbaric killings of my brothers and sisters down there. But the reality is that whatever happens, that there is a season of sowing and there is a season of reaping. So, and it's unfortunate that Hope Uzodinma has turned, of course, his own people to have taken them to slaughter at the sacrifice of sustaining his political up a security outfit to kill the supposed citizens you are meant to protect. Of course, just to favor your own political gains. What does that mean? You have been killing people, innocent youths have been falling victim of this orchestrated impunity, a deliberate sponsored impunity by the states. And ESN, you know what informed ESN. And the position of ESN is very clear. Based on the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, I've listened to him during the formation of the Biafrans, ESN security network, Eastern Security Network. He made it very clear their purpose and their mission is to, of course, wage war against the Fulani militias or invaders. It was not intended to kill the indigenous people, in order to provide, of course, an avenue and a system that will protect and checkmate, of course, the excesses of the invaders, all those killer squad who are coming to kill and destroy our cultural heritage and system. So this is what ESN represents, as far as I know, and as far as, of course, the indigenous leader of the indigenous people of Biafra have made us to understand. Of recent, you heard this message to the world. He said, the killings in the east, in the Biafran land, should stop. That those killing our people, we are to protect our people and not to kill them. And for this reason, we are here. And nobody is permitted to kill. That is the position of the ESN, which, of course, is the formation of the indigenous people of Biafra. So it is very clear that ESN represents the interests of the people, while the Ebubagu was the formation of these Eastern governors to protect and to go after their political rivals, which, of course, is playing out in recent times. Okay. People have come to understand the reality on ground.
Okay, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lockheed Irabos, says that Nigeria don't need mercenaries to fight the terrorists, that we are capable. Let me see your response to that.
Okay. Yes, I think he is right with what he's saying. But what is not right with him is that he refused to understand the gravity of his words. Yet they are capable, but their capacity has been tested and tried. And it's not what an average Nigerian should trust. That is clear. They have shown us their best, and their best is nothing good, of course, to rely on. And that's why today the killings are, of course, becoming more worse. I think the Arabo or whatever you call him, Lucky, these people called Lucky sometimes are not serious. You see, how can you be telling us in the midst of this calamity, where even the presidential guards are being gunned down under your watch, and you are telling me that you have the capacity? Which can use less capacity? Where is the capacity? The capacity in failure, in mediocrity. You have the capacity where your own supposed citizens are taken to the slaughter, have been adopted for over 3 months, and you have not gone to rescue them. They have been molested, harassed, and you watch the video clips, and you see you have the capacity. May that capacity come upon him and collapse upon him. What kind of useless capacity is that? You have to look at what is the threat all over. The Southern Kaduna, the just issue, the Niger State, no part of this country do not have a fair share of the impunity of the killings on daily basis. You have capacity, and the media, Nigerian media reported that within the last 7 months, about 750, more than 750 combatant soldiers has been sent to the world beyond under your watch. You have the capacity. Or is it that, what does it really mean? What by capacity? Is it a different? Does it have a different connotation or what?
Masterminds resulted to that statement.
So where are you when such that act was carried out? When, if you actually have the capacity, you would have forestalled the occurrence. You would have nipped it at the bud. That wouldn't have happened in the first place. That is what capacity, competence means. Not just being reactionary when the damage has been done. When over 40 children were killed. during the church procession, you tell me you have the capacity. People who would even be better than you. If you were killed during your time, you wouldn't have the opportunity to come and disgrace yourself before the world, telling me you have the capacity. You see? Does the arrest of that, whatever you call, the so-called suspects, suspect does not mean that it has been, of course, satisfied that these people are culpable. You see? An accused, of course, is presumed innocent until proven otherwise by a competent court of law. I think you should not forget the part of that constitution that recognizes the innocency of an accused person. So he shouldn't, of course, resort to media trials as a way of cover up for his failure and incompetence. I think by now he should have tendered resignation in a sane society and should also apologize for his abuse of office and negligence to duty.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for your analysis this morning. God bless you.
Don't have a great day. But the reality is that the capacity has brought us to such lowest ebb. And we must chart a way forward because we cannot continue to live in the altar of sycophancy and self-denial. The reality has caught up with all asunder. And about, is it 30 people we are kidnapped in Kara Bridge, very close to Lagos here yesterday. You see? And the early morning.
No, the police has denied they are conducting an investigation.
Okay, an investigation, yes. And actually, they should make you the secretary to that panel that will constitute that panel so that maybe I will be a part of the member of that committee that will be set up. Yes, you will, so that we will be able to know and offer them the capacity. So they are still investigating where millions are being killed and adopted and people are passing. You saw what happened where a returnee and somebody in diaspora came back and was kidnapped. You see, in Obama, right? She was crying that they don't kill her. I'm not laughing to this. But this is the kind of capacity. You see, most of our brothers in diaspora are now scared of coming back home. And anybody that comes home and identify with you, I think we should appreciate him for that courage and that. He said that they won't kill him. And after paying 2,000 ransom, 2 million ransom, they still went on and, okay, some people say over 5 million. And they shot the person that came with the money and also killed the man. This is a country where they have the capacity. And we are seeing the capacity where people are being killed and they are still investigating. Please tell them I want to be part of that investigation so that we can share the money and continue to investigate. I think that will add to your resume that you are one time a member of the committee of investigation.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Oluwawan. Good morning, you're blessed. Okay, let's look at let's start with Buhari saying that Nigeria cannot afford another civil war.
Who is saying so?
Buhari telling politicians they should preach unity and find a way that Nigerians can be united.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. We say Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. He should realize the responsibilities of his office. He should realize that he's the commander, he's the president and the commander of the armed forces. He should realize that it behoves on him, by virtue of the constitution, to protect life and property. So he should realize that it is not about advice. It's about himself rising up to the occasion and delivering on the mandate that he parades as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because as the commander of the armed forces, Nigerian government, through all the various security agencies, are supposed to have monopoly of coercive power. A situation where we are facing existential threats. We have never been faced with this level of existential threats. And the coercive power we are talking about, you can see bandits, ISWAP, terrorists, killer henchmen sharing this coercive power with Nigerian sovereign states. So I think he should know what be for him to do. It's not about advice. It is not his place to start advising. It depends on Mr. President should do the needful. Nobody is praying for war because war is an evil wind that blows no one any good. So we are not asking for war. But we're saying that it behoves Mr. President to protect life and property, because the Constitution is unambiguous about what the President should do. Because the Constitution says that the security of Nigerians and their welfare shall be the primary purpose of governance. And Mr. President has failed woefully in this very cardinal area of the Constitution. Because where in Nigeria do you see that level of security that is needed? Where do you see the welfare of Nigerians generally that is well taken care of? So it is not about Mr. President advising politicians that we cannot afford another civil war. Mr. President should do the needful and protect life and property. Okay. Because in a civilized society, he should have resigned. Because under a watch, your children, your subjects are being killed on daily basis. In some part of the country, we are at the mercy of terrorists. Don't forget that sometime in Zamfara State, a terrorist organization gave ultimatum to Zamfara State government that they should be paid 30 million naira as they keep 300 citizens of the country, particularly in Zamfara State. So what I'm saying, as we speak, about 30-something Nigerians who were kidnapped in that train attack that was going from Abuja to Kaduna, that's in captivity. And you call Nigeria a sovereign state, and you say you're advising politicians that we cannot afford another civil war. I think Mr. President has all it takes by virtue of his office, by virtue of the money that is available at his disposal, by virtue of the power that's given to him by the Constitution to protect life and property and ensure that there is no other civil war.
Okay. Let's look at another. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, said that Nigeria don't need mercenaries to fight insecurity. Let me get your response to that.
I think we are beginning to see a rejuvenation of activities on the part of Nigerian Army. If all we are hearing is true, that in the recent past that have killed some terrorist leaders, and we can only believe it as going concern if we do not see a resurgence or more activity of insurgents. If truly they are actually getting upper hand and are killing their leaders like they want to make us believe, I think it's a welcome development. But we cannot just rely on such statement. We look at as event unfold. He has equally made us understand that the Owo massacre, that they have arrested the masterminds, the perpetrators. And why I believe that one is, I think the governor of Ondo State collaborated with what the Chief of Defense Staff said. Because you know, the Ondo State governor is somebody who doesn't fear, who is upright in his thinking, who doesn't pander to power that be. He says things the way it is. So for the governor to come out to say, yes, actually, these people have been arrested, I believe it. But one thing we should encourage the authorities to do is, we want to hear them speak. Let them parade them. Let them allow them to have access to the press. Let us understand what actually triggered that attack. What motivated them? What was the reason behind the attack? So that Nigerians will know what actually transpired. If actually they have been arrested, and I believe they have been arrested because since the governor of Ondo State is collaborating what the Chief of Defense Staff said, I believe it. But I'm saying that let us hear from them. Let them give them access to the press. Let them parade them. Let us see their faces. Let them speak to the press. Let us know the reason behind the attack.
The federal government earlier said that ISWAP was behind the attack.
You know that even when federal government made that assertion, the governor of Ondo State said he's not sure. He said because ISWAP is known to claim responsibility anytime they carry out attack. But that if you look at the attackers or the nature of this attack, that nobody have come out to claim responsibility. And I believe the governor, because if you look at ISWAP, anything they do, they claim responsibility. But since the governor is saying that yes, actually, these people have been arrested, I believe him. Let us see. I believe it because the governor collaborated it. Look at it. Even that time, the first time, when they said they arrested them, the monarch of Owo said it was a fake alarm. The governor said no, that it was a fake alarm. But now, going by the governor's antecedent, as somebody who is not always trying to make statements to pacify federal government, as somebody who is always on the side of the people, as somebody who do not mind saying the truth, irrespective of whether it's in the bad book or the executive at the federal level. Since he's saying actually they have been arrested, I believe him. Honestly, I believe him.
Many perspectives and speculations have been saying that they are Fulani herdsmen. You can see names like Idris Ojo, Jimo Ibrahim.
From what we are seeing, they are from a tribe in Kogi State, Ibira. Though it is still hasty to start mentioning tribe and all that, but the name that is being bandied around, it looks like names from.
What was panned around over the months was that they were Fulani herdsmen.
If you say it was, that is true. You are not. You are correct. Because you see, because of the activities of Fulani herdsmen, any attack that looks like one of those activities of herdsmen, people will rush into conclusion that it is Fulani herdsmen. There's no argument about that. You are correct. Because that is why people should have good antecedents. That is why people should be law abiding. Because when you are fond of carrying out attacks, you are fond of preaching the law of the land. Once there is an issue of that nature, you will just be the prime suspect. I think that's what happened. Not that people actually have classified information to arrive at conclusion, but because the nature of the attack leave evidence of that which is done by Fulani herdsmen. That's why people rush into conclusion to give them that media trial to convict them in the court of public opinion that they are actually culpable of that attack.
Okay, I can sway Rivers voters with a posts.
I think there was a report where he was quoted to have said that he controlled the vote in Rivers State. I think the one you now read is where he was trying to clarify that actually the people say he only have one vote. He acknowledged that actually he has one vote, but going by the privileged position he is, that he has been able to bring dividends of democracy to the people, bring good governance as such, that he can advise the people on where and how to vote, and I believe that they will listen to him. To an extent, I think as a governor, rightly or wrongly, he will have staunch loyalists who, whether rightly or wrongly, they will always want to follow his
I would say he can control the
leading.
votes of Rivers.
I don't think that is what he said entirely. I think I read it. He said that going by his style of leadership, that he has been able to bring dividends of democracy to the people, that he believes that if you tell the people where to go in terms of who to vote for, that they will. But I'm not trying to hope for him. I'm not his spokesman. What I do understand is whether Wike, whether Okowa, whether Ugwai of Enugu State, whether Devumai of Ebonyi State, whether Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, name it, whether Ganduje of Kano State, what I'm trying to say in essence is governors, by virtue of their executive position, by virtue of the money at their disposal, they have a way of having loyalists, staunch loyalists, who follow their leading, whether they are doing the right thing or wrong. So to that extent, any governor is an asset when it comes to winning the election in Nigeria.
Okay,
they have electoral value in terms of convincing people to vote for a particular candidate. Pardon?
Are not yet candidates. You can see what the party is trying to do here. The party is trying to play to the gallery.
But I think I understand. I like one point, one fact, that INEC have consistently maintained their position, that you cannot sway them, that they are on the side of the law, that what the law says is what they will do, that if somebody did not participate in a primary and is not the candidate, that you cannot force the hands of INEC and compel them to make that person a candidate. I think that is the position they have maintained, and I think it's a welcome development. But if, politicians have a way of circumventing the rule, because that is their stock in trade.
If the party decides that they will have a run, INEC cannot influence that.
Party can actually decide that they need a rerun. But in the circumstance, the person who is officially holding the candidate or candidacy of that position has to officially withdraw from that race with an affidavit, right to the party. The party will in turn write to INEC that this Mr. A is no longer interested in this position. Allow us to conduct a fresh primary. INEC will now send officials to monitor a fresh primary. But in the case of Akpabio and Amelawa, the candidates of APC in those two and other districts are maintaining that they are in the race. So in that circumstance, you cannot force them out. You cannot compel them to withdraw. Until they willingly and voluntarily withdraw, that is when you can pave way for a fresh primary. As long as they remain resolute in their position that they are candidate of the party in their respective senatorial districts and that they want to contest, nobody can compel them to resign.
If Nigeria were to be won, what should the government do?
Come again.
Since the president is pushing that,
He said if Nigeria were to be won.
Yes, it's going to be one. It's going to be one.
I don't understand. I don't still understand.
We know that Nigeria is not one.
Okay, Nigeria is not one.
It's Nigeria one.
I'm not hearing from you. I didn't know.
Nigeria one.
I know Nigeria as Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you mean by Nigeria is not one. Okay. Actually, Mr. Christian, you know, like we all understand, Nigeria has been polarized. That is the truth. I was only kidding. So, but the issue is, the president knows what to do. As a president, you are supposed to be the father of all. Don't forget that when Mr. President won election in 2015, he did say that he will give 5% attention to those people that gave him 5% votes. That is divisive by all standards. What you do as a president is you allow yourself to be governed by the rule of law. You allow your government to be governed by the constitution. That is why when the constitution says give ministerial appointment position to each and every state, and Mr. President said all the states have one ministers, I said Mr. President have not done anybody any favor. Because he merely comply with the constitutional provision. So when you see a president, a government that will give security positions that is up to 17 in number, and we exclude a region like the Southeast, the Igbo race, from the position of the National Security Advisor to the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Director of DSS, Custom, name it. You have about 17 positions. No Igbo man, nobody from the Southeast is among them. That is a recipe for crisis. That is scheming things against screen your policy against a people. So that's why I tell you that the Mr. President knows the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to abide by the Constitution, because the Constitution talks about federal character. That when you give a position, it will reflect geographical spread. It will reflect, you will do it in such a way that you are not discriminating against any race, any tribe. But if you look at these security positions, you agree with me that Mr. President have discriminated against the Igbo. That's the truth. So the Mr. President knows what to do. The right thing to do is to submit yourself to the rule of law, is to strictly abide by the details, tenets of the Constitution.
For the release of Nnamdi.
You see, they say wisdom is profitable to direct. Nigerian government collaborated, conspired with Kenya government. They brought Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. And a judge in Nigeria said that Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive. That when you're a fugitive, that extraordinary rendition is allowed in law. And Nigerian government had the opportunity to go to UN to ventilate their position, to prove their case. But because they know that they cannot stand at that level to tell the world what they did is they didn't show up. So in the wisdom of the arm of the UN that handled the case, they said that Nigerian government erred as such that Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. So for me, I think the honorable thing for Nigerian government to do is to release the man. Because if I accuse you and I have an opportunity to come and defend myself against all the allegations I level against you, and I shy away from that forum where I will present my case, that means I don't have any case.
Last question. If Buhari and ESN, which one do you think is a security outfit for the Southeast?
I do not speak for any of them. Because for me, you see, what I think is this, that both Ebubago, both ESN, I don't know the activities. Because the reason is this, you see, there are so many instances where the Nigerian police, Nigerian army, we accuse ESN of killings, of abduction. And ESN will turn around to accuse Nigerian security agencies or the government that they are the ones sponsoring the killing and the kidnapping. So in the face of this uncertainty, that we don't know who is killing who, we don't know who is responsible for the wanton destruction of life and property in the southeast. So it is very difficult to say I am a proponent of Ebubago or I'm a proponent of ESN, because the situation in the south is precarious. It's very dicey. We don't know who is who. We don't know who is killing. So I cannot speak for any of them. I don't know who is doing what. Thank you for having me.
What do they call king in your area?
Easy.
Battery.
No, I don't know.
Oluwa, why you put me in hand?
I'm a citizen of federal government. Government is out of the
Okay, you're a federal government picking.
No, citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, non-government of Nigeria.
Why do you say so?
Because I'm in Nigeria, but the government at hand is out of the road. We are pondering the out of the cave. We are motherfucker. They finish Nigeria now.
How did they finish Nigeria?
They finish Nigeria. They loot all our life. They loot our life. When they now loot everything and now begin to loot our life, that's out of the system.
Our life.
Our life. They are not killing people. Before they loot money, they loot oil and they loot our resources, our treasury. But now they loot our life. Now is the time for you and I to say no, enough is enough.
The 5 suspects of the attack.
Oh no, Yoruba will never give up. Yoruba will never give up. Yoruba will go to the end of the discussion on the road. And now they are being pretended. Yoruba will capture. Oh, that is the high quarter of Yoruba land in the Juju house. Juju house. Voodoo. Oh, Akrolodu. The other day, they dispatch spiritual power. They kill many cows in the forest. Are you not aware?
You believe in African magic?
African magic is what will set Africa free. You have to attach it to the attachable. Because the physical one, the Oyibo power is no wicked anymore. Don't believe anymore.
Okay.
Enter inside a church and kill people, you will not go free. They will confess. They will confess more. More will come. We will hear more story tomorrow.
Why not?
Because the evil doer will never go scot-free. And God is alive. God will expose their hideout to men. Men will fish them out. That's what we are witnessing now. And we are giving God the glory for it. Because the death will never go in vain. The death will never go like that.
Are you saying that the security forces try on this?
That is Amuteku. That is local security, not the government security. Those are found by their own hand. So we can't rely on the government anymore. But government will never bring this discovery out. Government, chief of defense staff. So after the locality have done the real work, because they can't escape anymore, they have to accept and give the whole world the breakthrough. The underground fighter that discovered the situation was the local hunters, the local security called Amutekun. The kudos to the Yoruba nation.
Okay, Buhari to self-determination and agitation. Learn from Nigeria's civil war.
Lead to Nigeria's civil war.
Learn.
Okay, learn from Nigeria's civil war, yes. Because Nigeria's civil war is a brutality home. We can never go to another war. The only solution is we, after this government, the government is already failed. Why didn't know? Why did I say the other time say he fights civil war to make Nigeria to be one. They fight. And the end of the day, see, your language, your government is a zero. Your government brings agitation. Your government was not recognized. It doesn't recognize the dead home. We are dead home in Nigeria.
Hello, good morning. Mr. Sunday Ode. Mr. Sunday is one of our reviewers. He's currently in his home state, treating himself. He's online this morning. Mr. Sunday, can I hear your voice? I can't see you.
Yeah.
Mr. Sunday.
Good morning. Hello. Hello.
They do press up. They do waiting. Good morning, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Philly TV. I'm happy to see you all today. Are you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Happy to see everyone and happy to to my fans, everybody, those my well wisher, people that wish me well. I can see Mr. Raphael crashing his head, and Mr. Chigode and Mr. Matthew. I greet everyone, and Mr. Kule. No, it has been a long time. See, my brother, when we are talking about Nigeria today, we are just, everybody, we are just wasting our time.
Contribute to the program.
Yeah, that is what I want to contribute. So, what we are talking about Nigeria today is just a wasting of time. What me I have to say, my brother, remember the breaking of Kuje prison is an agenda of the Iflani people for 2023. And now we still have many of our brothers and sisters shouting that they want to support Peter Obi, they want to support Tinubu. My brother, I see it as a wasting of time. Because the Iflani, I remember Mazin Abdikanu, he said that the Iflani have a big agenda towards Nigeria. And that is the agenda that they want to take on this time around.
Remove one now.
Because they break Kuje prison to save the Boko Haram. The one that are already in Nigeria army. We have not talked about them before. And those one again, they went to bring out from Kuje prison. Those are the new ones that they want to use. Iflani can never leave a power for anybody. So I want the whole world to know that Buhari is silent all those people that attack Owo in Ondo State. The government know about it. That's why they don't want to tell us the real people. Are you hearing me, Abi? Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, hear me.
Okay, so that is why you see.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, that is why you see that the country is still shaking. Forget Rocky Rabo, that is Chief of Defense Staff. All of them, look at what Zafara governor said to his people, that everybody should buy gun and protect yourself. The president we have did not have time for Nigeria citizens. He only have time to visit Kenya, to visit places that nobody wants him. But now, look at Nigeria is turning upside down. And only what our politicians have to say, they are talking about 2023. Why people are dying day in. Okay, what about the... You say something? Look at the police army beat up a police officer and kill the police. In Badagry. Are you hearing me, Abi? That an army officer beat up a police officer.
Okay, thank you, Sunday. Sunday, how is your leg? How is your leg? What's happening? Let everybody know what is happening, Mr. Sunday.
Hello. What do you say?
Let us know what is happening. What is going on? Asking for you.
Thank God everything is going well.
Sure,
the second one, look at this second one. This one is gone. This one just remains to all the wound everywhere is going. Now you are seeing it. Hello. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Okay, so everything we thank God, and that is why since the time that I was not available, I'm happy with my people and everybody, everyone in Philip TV, in short, our reviewer, and everybody there, Mr. Christian, you and Chigoze, Matthew, David, Mr. Kule, and the Philip TV boss. I thank God for what everybody do, and I know God is going to do great things. And this TV,
thank you very much. When are you coming? When are you coming back, Mr. Sunday? When are you coming back?
At appointed time, I'll let you know, sir. So, I'm happy to speak with you people this morning. Welcome.
Okay, yes, I have my. Good morning, Masera. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay. Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Buhari tells politicians.
That's good. We know that we cannot afford civil war. He knows that, everybody knows it. But what is he doing to cover it? What is he doing to shake that kind of menace from coming back, or repeating itself? What has he done so far? Listen, let me tell you, I would like to greet our viewers. Somebody like Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole works in the U.S. Marine. Mr. Cole lives in Texas. Oga Cole, we are greeting you. We are appreciating you. I appreciate you on behalf of our, crews, our members here. We are saying, thank you, Oga Cole. God bless you. I pray for you, Mommy in America. I pray for all of you, John Onochi. I pray for you, Ken Chris, Uche from Japan. I'm thanking all of you. I'm greeting you, CJ, OJ Okwade. I'm greeting you, Akim Olasupo from Israel. Kazim, I'm greeting all of you. Udeme, my man. Then Obiril, the reality man. We are greeting all of you. First, Grace Favor, I'm greeting you. Mami Hajia Halima, I'm greeting all of you. Mami Nkechi Okaro. Nkechi Okaro is from Ogidi. Mama, we are praying for you. You did eye operation. We have been praying so that you will recover perfectly. We pray for you, Mami Nkechi. I'm greeting all of you. Vera Kimono, I'm greeting all of you. Raf, G-Wagon, all of you. Kenneth, I'm greeting you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
We start.
You don't want to respond to what Buhari said?
Yes, what Buhari said that we can't afford another civil war. No, we can afford another civil war. Let me tell you, you have not done anything to stop war in Nigeria. We can't afford another civil war. That is when you flood the whole Fulani from Mali, everywhere in West Africa and Nigeria, telling us you can't afford another civil war because your office is already expired. Did you tell us we can't afford another civil war in 2017 when you went to Nnamdi Kanu's compound and killed everybody? You can't afford another civil war. What is happening in Imo State is worse than civil war. Yes. You know how many boys that were shot last month in Imo State? Boys that attended what? Marriage ceremony. They were all killed. Uzodinma sent Ebubagu. Ebubagu shot 14 Igbo boys. Is that not worse than civil war? What are you saying? We cannot afford another civil war. After you have killed the whole Igbo youths, killed 28 on Nnamdi Kanu's compound. Nnamdi Kanu's mother died. His father died as a trauma they went through after that invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's Igbo Israel's palace. What are you saying? Some people listen to this man. He is using what? Saxism. Paradoxical language is a paradox. You can't afford another. It means he can afford another civil war. Where he has been busy funding Boko Haram, funding insurgents in the north. He wanted them to help him oust Jonathan. They ousted him now. Jonathan was intimidated out of office, if you people don't know. He was a coward. He wasn't a man. Jonathan was an uneducated man, but he couldn't boast that he's a strong man. Jonathan was intimidated out of office because he's a timorous human being. He cannot withstand what? Threats, intimidation. Okay, let me tell you, Buhari is telling you directly that we can afford another civil war. That statement, I don't support it. I turn my back on that. I spank on it. It's a wrong statement. What has he done so far? When he has invited Ruga as a policy to cede the whole state to cede their land, portion of land. After Ruga, cattle colony. This time around, it's now water resources. Where has been jumping from one branch to another. Water resources. Ruralization. Cattle colony. Grazing route. Have we forgotten? We can't afford another civil war. Where has been fighting war into this country by his what? Stringent, cruel policies. An iniquity man. Let me tell you, we can afford another civil war. See, let me tell you, we can. Because what is happening now? Igbo has been fighting war. No, Igbo has been fighting war. March.
Security officers.
Civil war. Yeah. Who did that?
We lost over 1 million.
Nigeria lost. Nigeria lost. Generally. Yeah. Okay, Nigerians lost their own. Generally. That's what Erufai said. I read it this morning. Erufai said we kill over 1 million of us. That's ourselves. That we cannot afford another civil war because Erufai has stolen enough. Erufai invited the soldiers. They have killed enough in southern and northern Kaduna. The Hausa locals have been killed and maimed on a daily basis. Do you know how many? Oh my God. Hausas are losing every day. That's why they have stepped up this time around. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? Do you think that Erufai thinks I'm a daft? Okay, you. Maybe any other Nigerian could be a daft, but not me, Raphael Mbochi. Because I know that Erufai from onset has been fighting the Hausas in Zamfara, in Kaduna, Northern and Central Kaduna, Midbelt, Katsina, Plateau State. They don't sleep with their two eyes closed in Plateau State. Go there and ask them. Nasarawa State, they sleep with their what? One eye open. Are you listening to me? We are fighting war in Nigeria, which is why United Nations is coming. Are we not fighting war? We are fighting war. What are you saying? How could Buhari come out and tell us we cannot afford another civil war? Who tell you? Who tells you that? We are fighting stress. Okay, go to Abuja. Tell Abuja residents that we are not fighting war. They will deal with you. No. Abuja residents, all of them have been apprehensive of what is going on in the FCT. Federal Capital Territory is under attack. Foot soldiers from the forest of Sambisa, terrorist foot soldiers, has overpowered Abuja security details of formation. The NSA, National Security Advisor, has failed under police, soldier, and the rest of them, DSS. What about DMI? Where are those intelligence reports? Federal Bureau of Investigation, what are they doing? Yes, who is giving intelligence reports again? Nobody. Because the whole security apparatus has collapsed to zero. Collapsed. Nobody is charged. Nobody is secured. Everybody is facing danger in Nigeria.
Arrested over the Owo attack.
Thank you. Let me tell you, they said they were Kogi people. That is a Ibura. How could Ibura man enter St. Francis church, a Catholic church? In fact, they start shooting from the gate, killing everybody. Is the Ibura people? Yes, the suspect has been arrested in the first place. Our indigene claimed that Yoruba elders did the juju. After doing the juju, those assailants, they dropped their gun. Some carry their gun, return to Owo, submit it to the church authority, and they do carry broom, sweep the whole church premises. They say it's juju, it's juju. So the former speculation, zero. This one is the current rumor now. Another speculation because I don't believe them anymore. Because they said they use fetishing, they use black power, they use magic power, they use what? Juju to invoke the assailants back.
The governor has confirmed.
Academy has confirmed it. Yeah. Has he not confirmed the previous speculation? Let me tell you, okay, who are those terrorists? They said they are Ibura, from Ibura. Is Ibura man a terrorist? Have we ever learned that Kogi, as a state, is harboring terrorists? Let me tell you.
Anybody can be a terrorist.
What I have seen with my eyes in this current regime is what I believe. The one I had on my ear is just what? Mere speculations. I don't believe anything, rumor. I don't believe Nigerian papers. I don't believe Nigerian politicians. I go through social media, then I make choice by myself. Whatever I choose to believe is what I presumably believe. Do you understand? So let me tell you, Kogi man is not a terrorist. He is a terrorist. They should come out and explain why. Those guys are from Kogi. Okay? They are acting on a articulated, written narratives. Are you listening to me? They wrote this script to them and they're acting on it. They have been arrested and arrested. The other one, Najuju, arrest them. The other day, now they saw them, they hang gun on their neck. They say, oh yeah, tell us why you entered the church. He said, leave me. Now the same terrorists. This one now, the terrorists has dematerialized. They have changed from being Fulani to what? Ibura people. So which one are we going to believe, Christian? There is civil war in Nigeria. Assassins all over the places. The foot soldier, from Somalia, Kenya, they are in Nigeria, everywhere. What? Operating Okada. They are all operating Okada around Kuje, environ, Suleja, everywhere in Abuja, Kaduna. Let me tell you, Nigeria, if they know that we cannot afford to fight another civil war, they should ban Okada operators, because virtually the whole Okada operators in the north are from where? Let me name them: Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Burkina Faso, Chad, Sudan, Niger Republic. What are we saying? We know them. Where are they coming from? Kano State. Kano State, does it have boundary with who? Niger Republic. And the border of Kano and Niger is what? Porous. Two porous. Only Rick and Keta. Nkata, can you pour water inside basket? It can't hold. That's what it means by porosity. If you pour water inside basket, it will leak. On what? Higher velocity. Alarmingly, it will be coming down. So our border in the south are porous. Where Nigeria is having border here is southwest. Calabar, are you listening to me? No other border. Is there no other border? No border. From Sokoto, everywhere. From there, you can go to Chad, to desert, to Niger. All of them they have ancestral background. They have the same ancestral background, the same religious background. No border there. They marry themselves. They intermarry. We have no border. Okay, during election is coming. Are you sure? Chebi will see. You will see people from Gambia, Mali, Niger. They will come and vote. In fact, Buhari invited Niger president, Mali president in 2019. Chebi, all of you see it. Everybody fully. Are we just looking as if we did not see it? Or maybe I'm telling you guys strange stories. I don't tell strange stories. I tell stories I know I can substantiate. The man, the president, his wife, the president, their first ladies, they were sitting in front row with Buhari. People were writing. Social media were talking. Drums from social medias were beating and beating higher than the what? The rhythm. Because we were asking, what are they doing? What are they doing in Nigeria? Malian president and his wife, are they the one to vote? Are they the one to conduct the election? Or are they the international observers from Europe and America? Are they observing the election in Nigeria here? Let me tell you, nobody in the northern Nigeria. Because Nigeria is the next completion of Fulani conquest. That's why your border in the north are free and porous. There is no demarcation between Niger and Nigeria, Chad and Nigeria, Cameroon and Nigeria. Don't you know that Atiku is from Cameroon? Yes! Adamawa Forest is from Cameroon, joined Gongola, the former Gongola state. You don't know? From Chad Basin, Lake Chad, you come down to Adamawa Forest. I think you understand where it enters Cameroon. The border Benue State, former Gongola state. See, that's what are we saying? There is no border there. You cultivate, you farm, enter Cameroon. Are you listening to me? So what we have that is border, highly fortified and safeguarded, is from Calabar to Cameroon, Cross River to Cameroon, Badagry to Togo, Niger, sorry, Badagry to Benin Republic, Togo. That's our border. Are you listening to me? We have other border from Iduroko border, Ijofin, Agoshasha. I think you understand me. Some part of Ebutero, Ijebuibo, yeah, Ijeburemo. There are all these borders there, even in Ondo State. I didn't understand. These are well-fortified borders. Are you listening to me? In the southwestern Nigeria, but the whole north is too porous. It leaks every day. People are trooping in on daily basis. Midnight, people are coming. Boko Haram escorting fish traders, catfish merchants with their guns and their scarf. Boko Haram, they know them. They see them. They pay them money. They pay tolls before you could what? Cross the border. This is a country you call a country. This is a country that is telling us that we will no longer what? We will no longer afford to fight civil war. We are not safe here. What is happening in the north is what's that civil war?
And ESN, which one is more recognized?
Ebubagu is totally out. Ebubagu Igbos don't want them. Ebubagu went last week and killed 14 boys, Igbo boys. Are you listening to me? That we are doing their marriage ceremony somewhere in Olu, Imo State. Are you listening to me? Ebubagu, measuring with their nefarious activities across the southeastern Nigeria, we could no longer bear They are what? Menace. They are encroaching on the land of the southeast, eastern Nigeria, and everybody are dying. People, men, young youths are dying on daily basis. Encroachment of Ebubagu is what? Infesting that land. Like what? Leprosy. Ebubagu is a leprosy. It's like a leprosy. Leprosy in the southeast. Ebubagu, Owo Mayhem started it. Ebubagu, Hope Onukuzodimma is a murderous governor of Imo State. He initiated Ebubagu. We can't afford to allow that. No, we don't allow Ebubagu. What we know in the southeastern Nigeria are the ESN. Eastern Security Network.
The governors don't recognize them.
They don't recognize them because they are all errand boys to Fulani oligarchy. They are Fulani slaves. Southeastern governors. Hope Uzodimma is a slave to Fulani. What is the name of that guy? Enugu State, no, not Abari. Enugu State governor. No, current one. Ifeanyi Ukwanyi is an errand boy to Fulani. Owo Mayhem is an errand boy to Fulani. One time he tried to cede our land to the Fulanis, but there is, we raise alarm. Are you going to give your land at Ibezula Blade to Fulani? He run. That one scared him. I listen to me. Then Soludo Chukuma, I don't know why he's putting that red cap, because I can see that maybe the man is not trying to tell the truth again, but he's trying anyway to make sure that he settled the truth between IPOB and the elites in the southeast. Then this man Obi is working round the clock to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is out. Are you listening to me? So let me tell you. Let me tell you. We allow ESN. ESN is allowed. Whether the governors, whether Owo Mayhem, whether Hope Uzodimma, the murderous man, likes it or not, ESN is the one securing the landmass of southeastern Nigeria. Where we have problem is Enugu State. Enugu State. Enugu State is leaking. Fulanis are in the forest of Enugu. Goody Hill. Nsuka Forest. Everywhere in Enugu Zike. And Ogo. Nkanu. Ego. They don't go to farm again. Ego Ganyoanya. That's their language. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Because they are too gullible. They are gullible. They included Fulani in the house, Enugu State House of Assembly. Two of us go there and say it. Ego Ganyoanya. Ego. That is Ago. Enugu man is calling her Ego. Ago. Ego Yanyoa Paku. Because they are mixing up with these people. This Fulani Janjaweeds. Fulani Janjaweeds has succeeded on deceiving the Enugu people. They're all over their farmlands. They're all over their forests, intermarrying with Enugu women. Sometimes they go to the farm and rape their women to death. Suit them well. Serve them well. Okay. Are you listening to me? So let me tell you, Enugu is leaking. But I know that by the power of God Almighty, invested on the ESN. They are going to overpower. Okay, thank you very much. Fulani, Mazi, terror from Enugu axis. I like your set. Are you listening? God bless you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know Lagos. I don't can never be. Anyway, what's the latest? Okay. We have Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Buhari tells politicians. There's a war. There's a war already now. War? In a civil war, you can't stand like this. There's a war. In a civil war, you can't stand like this. In Ukraine, when you are where they are only pop, there's still people are still there. That's not civil war. The worst war is hunger war. What did Nigeria use to defeat the Igbos during that war time? Was hunger. So we already in war. Are you not seeing everywhere, killing everywhere? So that's a war. For him saying that, he fought that war that time, and Tina is still fighting war. I fought another civil war. For me, we cannot really
and for the physical war. But the spiritual war is already going on.
Psychological war.
The physical war, we cannot afford it. But the spiritual one is going on. Why the spiritual one? Everything is standstill. That's why I say spiritual war. Everything is standstill. So, the don't many where they'll be throwing bomb everywhere. That's the physical one.
Okay. 5 suspects, one accomplice apprehended over our church attack.
You know, Nigeria, every day we play politics with our security. Omoteku came out and said they arrested those who went to the church. And at the end, that news go. We debate it, happy. But today, the army is saying they have captured those people. So who do you want to believe?
The governor confirmed it.
But the governor confirmed the Omoteku on before was jubilating. Today now, governor is still jubilating. So you can see, I don't want to talk too much. Nigeria problem have tired. I've tired.
Won't you congratulate the security agency for
when the first Omoteku agreed that they arrested the killers, and the army is coming out to say they arrest SSS? Who are you going to believe? Why am I jubilating? More, let me tell you, that's what they see. Though. More are going on. More killing, more kidnapping are going on. I don't understand me. Are you aware that they kidnapped passenger along Badoo Expressway this morning, yesterday? So there's a lot going on. That's why I don't want to start going back, analyzing going back. The current thing now is what I'm analyzing. I don't want to go back.
Insecurity now. Irabo, that's the Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki. Your namesake, Irabo. Nigeria does not need mercenaries. We are capable.
When souls are dying under his watch leadership, when people are dying, being kidnapped, and you are saying you are capable, I think in that statement, it's a wrong statement. We all need to up and doing the civilian. For me, if I see something, say something. But the army cannot do it. They only look at what happened. A policeman using knife to flog somebody. Did you watch it?
He has been
dismissed. It's wrong, and a lot are going on. So, for the army to say they are capable to do it, they are not. You see, let me tell you, Commander-in-Chief has failed. There is no way the left hand can do it. Rabo just singing on his own, not to be sacked. All of that has failed. What we need is referendum. What Nigeria need referendum. I get it. That's what Nigeria need now. Forget the election. Let's sit down and discuss. Otherwise, if Tinubu coming, Article coming, Obi coming, we are still going to experience this thing now. I am telling you the truth, my brother. Not to worry about it. We are going to experience it. So the best thing is that let Nigeria go back to drawing board. Either we form a regional state, or let's rewrite that constitution so that at least all these things will not be coming up. Because what I'm seeing, my brother, the one that is coming in front is even bigger than what we are seeing now.
God bless you.
I'm telling you, what will come for front is bigger than what we are seeing now.
What is?
You can see all the political they are fighting. Are you sure there's going to be election 2023? PDP are fighting themselves. APC are fighting themselves. The only party that is surviving now is Labour. But if the selfish people can put their brain in order, why can't they go back to Labour? Even if they go back to Labour, they will go and spoil that place. So Nigeria is passing difficult things, but many Nigeria doesn't know it.
Okay, thank you very much.
So that is it. Nigeria should wake up. That's my own.
God bless you.
I don't want to start talking. Talk. They are the same. Tomorrow we are still doing the same thing. So that is it. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, we need a proactive now. We need proactiveness. Solutions.
Yeah.
Let's start with the 5 suspects that have been apprehended over the Owo attack.
Yeah, that's the good news coming from that axis. And I want to commend the security apparatus of Ondo State generally. And I overheard somebody saying juju or no juju, it's not working, doesn't believe. Juju works. Let me tell you. Because when religions come, that's why we take all this thing, they blind ourselves. We take religion, we embrace religion, and we, discard all our traditional issues.
We are recovering. We are recovering some of them back.
Back now, that is it. That you remember those days that you have Bakassi, those Bakassi guys that they confronted all those criminals in the south. It was in the southeast. You remember those when OPC came out that time, they were facing all these armed robbers in this territory. Power for power. And everything was working well. But since we, shifted ourselves away from our traditional, means of protection, that is when this problem started happening. Look at all these bandits. When you see them, it's not only the AK-47. They are charmed people. Those Fulani headsmen, they are charmed people. You see, and thank God, Akeredolu realized that only the military force, only the government cannot solve this issue, because we don't even have any government that is ready to solve this issue. So you have to take your life, serious, and see how you can protect the life of the citizen. And that is what Akeredolu is doing now. I give him kudos, because as it is now, I can tell you a city like Ibadan now, they don't even want to hear about, say, small security. They have fortified themselves to protect themselves against any horde. So I think that would be the last against AK-47. Yeah, AK-47 you shoot that will not enter. Some people. Yes, I'm telling you, they are champs. Is it not eggs they used to start bombing all these things during the SARS? Were you not aware? In Benin, do you see what happened in Benin? They used just champs to blow up, prison and free everybody. So look at, and you could see that guy they were shooting in Benin. We saw the video. They were shooting him. He did not penetrate until we showed them that there's a power that we can, there's a power that they can conjure to create frightening into them. But the security they are sending to kill innocent people, it is right time everybody wake up. What you know how to do, what you know how to use to prevent yourself, because this country is not ready to protect you.
So the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, says that the security agencies are up and doing now.
But when the deed has been done,
now they don't need mercenaries to do.
They don't need mercenaries, accepted.
They don't need any.
But why do we have to wait?
They have the capacity.
I know the capacity is coming now. Why hasn't the capacity come for a while, for a long time ago? That's what I'm telling you. Don't let anybody bubble me. You know how many souls that have lost? It's souls that you can prevent, deaths that you can prevent. You allow everything to snowball into crisis, to this insecurity of people's life, and people have been killed. People have been, murdered. And now you're coming up that you're on top of the game now. On top of how about those souls that have lost, man? How about those souls? What are we going to? I don't think this our leader, they are in tune with what is going on there. I don't even think so. They are not in tune. Let everybody use. I think they came out to tell you the NIA leader Mongunu, General Mongunu came out that all Nigerians should protect themselves, and the protection can be chance, can be firearms, but you can't even carry firearms. So it's what you have now you use to protect yourself, because there's no government to protect you. There's no government to protect you. No governance. As I'm talking to you now. And I'll tell you, I'll give kudos to General Irabo. He's trying his best. Since it changed, since he came into the, what's it called? Since he became the Chief of Army Defense Staff, I've seen a lot of determination in him. And he's a very strategic strategist. I know him very well. You know, it was Olowo Shaki. He and his Olowo Shaki.
Can you score the security agencies, General?
Out
of 100.
I think I'll give them. I'm going to give them like maybe like 10, 15%.
Over 100.
Over 100.
Yes. General Yabo is part of that security system.
I'm doing the I'm accumulating. I accumulated the results. The results from the time they changed this what's it called? They were silent now for like how many months ago? Killings everywhere. Going to not kill. Now, why didn't they prevent? There was security intelligence about the Owo that the Fulanis have invaded the forest. Why did they act? Why did they act fast then until the deed was done? The bad, omen happened until people are now rising up. That's why I'm telling you, proactiveness. Proactiveness is not in tune in this country as it is. Both governance, both security, both everything. We were told that there was a security intelligence report about the Kuje. But what happened? They did not act. Nobody acted. And what happened? They ended up, blowing up the Kuje prison and freeing the same Boko Haram.
Yeah, Governor Sanwo-Olu inviting Wike to come commission projects in
Lagos,
River State.
River State. Okay.
Let's look at that alliance.
That's what I'm saying. You say the center can no longer hold with PDP as it is, and a party you formed on a wrong foundation, on a faulty foundation can never last long. Same thing as the APC, the way it is now. Because majority of people you see in this APC, they were PDP. They scuttled the PDP, party. Then they moved down. They would, destroy one party and move down to another party for safe landing. But all those things now, I think Nigeria should be wise to get to know that all these parties we have, they have nowhere. They cannot take us to promised land. Me myself, I don't believe in all these party leaders we say we have. They cannot take us to promised land. Their mind. They don't have a straight mind. They don't have, they are not genuine. They don't even, as they are now, if they tell you, hey, watch well, whether that hey is hey, they don't walk their talk. And they are full of liars. They lie, and they swear. And the funniest thing is, these people swear with oaths. They swear oaths with Bible, with Quran. And these are the same people preaching Christian, Muslim religion. What the hell? Me, I don't see as I am now. You can't use anything to bobo me. Either ethnicity, either religion, either you can't use it to bobo me.
Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Buhari tell politicians.
But it should work in a way that will prevent another civil war. The way it is now, the body language of people now is that this man wants war by giving all these bandits, by giving all this Boko Haram amnesty. You say you want to de-radicalize bandits. Same bandits will still go behind and start giving information. When you de-radicalize them, you enlist them into soldier. They now start becoming a spy in the a betrayer, the fifth columnist in the soldiers. Is that what are you doing already? That means you are inviting civil war when other regions are vulnerable to killings, right? They will leave their cave. They'll come down and start killing people anyhow. Is that not the beginning of there's war in Nigeria already? There's war. Let me tell you, there's war, serious war. Except we want to deceive ourselves. We are all saying this because Lagos is a bit safe now. You can see what happened in war. Even in conventional war, you kill 40-something people in a day. Is that not war? This Boko Haram, they've launched war already. If Mr. President is still not awake, he should wake up to his duty. There's war already. Buhari should wake up to his duty to understand what he's being elected for as a president. And you are telling me we cannot afford another civil war. Is the war not spelling on around? Is the war not on ground already? When some bandit can be killing in large quantity, dead bodies, all dead body bags all around. Body bags. 43 people in Ondo. You can see what happened in Autumn. What happened to Autumn? Benue. Autumn has to travel to go and meet all these Western leaders that they should talk to Buhari. That Buhari is creating war zone in his territory. They have been massacred. Benue alone can feed the whole country. with agriculture, but they could no longer go to work, to farm. Is that not war? Is that not? Tell me, don't we have hunger war in this country? Don't we have economic war? Don't we have? There's war already. So I just pray we won't drift. We won't drift to the level of Ukraine as it is now, because as Ukraine is still even exporting grains. Ukraine is exporting grains as we're talking now. They've opened the Black Sea. They've persuaded Russia to leave the Black Sea and let Ukraine start, exporting. But what are we exporting in this country? Nigeria is the only country that has oil refinery that they are still importing fuel into the country. So what are you not telling me? Is that an economic war already? So there's war because I think maybe this leader we are, reproducing to be governors. I said these leaders, our leaders, we just recycling them, and they're out of tunes. They're out of tunes. They don't know what is going on. They don't know what is going on. So it's just a shame. And to me, what I see this country is in a coma. It's in a coma now. And I don't see anybody that will be able to revive, because where do you want to start from? Okay. Is it the whole external reserve that's depleted? Is it the CBN that is not up to their right, up to their duty? Look at, they allowed Naira to fall, and they have all this. They have a money policy. They have a monetary policy agency they set up to be monitoring Naira, and they allow Naira to snowball into a weak currency. That even our which currency is the worst currency? Is the worst currency you're talking of? I think Indian, what's it called? And Chinese yen. Chinese yen is even more. Look at what is more valuable than our Naira now. As Fela said,
Ghana cedi is not valuable.
Cities, thank you very much. Even if Ivorian, what's it called? Ivorian Sefa. Somebody went to put on there. He said he wanted to change Naira to Sefa. The Naira he had, he was looking for the same equivalent that he was thinking of, but Naira was even a bit lower than Sefa as it is now. The guy has to even, because the money he needed then, he could not use that Naira exchange to meet up his need. That guy has to dash, just help him out, say, so for him not to be stranded. So what are we now saying? The country is dead already. Thank you. Dead. It's on the sick bed, and it's on the, it's on the common now. Okay, so who's going to revive it? Who's going to revive it?
Exactly, for your analysis.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's take 2 people online. Click on the link so that we can get your responses. This morning, we have a few minutes to end the program this morning. A big one for Mr. Sunday. Thank you for calling, Mr. Sunday. We wish you a safe and quick recovery so that you can join us here at the bystands. We miss you. What do we have online? Yes, sir. We're talking about Nigeria not being able to afford another civil war. That's what Buhari told politicians, that Nigeria cannot afford another civil war. Okay, with that, since there's no one, with that, we have come to the end of the program this morning. Bystanders and Instance, I'm Christian Choko. Thanks for watching. Till tomorrow, we will meet here for another exciting edition of the program. I will say, click on the like button. You people tried yesterday. Click on the like button so that we can have an extended reach to other people. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.